Hey guys, welcome back to markdillon.com. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, do me a big favor and click subscribe. So, I'm just getting back into the groove of answering your questions. As I said, I had a very long, very nice, relaxing vacation with my family, and but I do have a ton of emails I have to respond to from you guys as far as these questions go. So, on to today's question from Ben. He says, "Hi Mark, I was wondering if you have any advice on how to work up the courage to talk to a really hot guy at my gym. Over the last few weeks, we have been exchanging looks, but I'm not sure if that's because he's into me or he just noticed me looking at him. I do know he's gay because I've seen him on Grindr. I just can't seem to make myself go up and say hello. What do you think I should do?" All right, Ben. I can't help but kind of smile at the comment that you don't know if he's looking at you because he's into you or he just caught you looking at him, because I tend to think that way myself. A lot of times if I see someone looking at me, I think, oh geez, did they notice me checking them out? Or are they thinking, who's that weirdo over there looking at me? And I think, I can certainly relate to your question, and my guess is just about everybody watching this video will be able to relate. So, you actually have it reasonably easy because you've seen him on Grindr, so you know he's gay or at least bisexual. And that also means you have a way to message him where you don't have to work up the courage to go up to him in person and say hello. If you aren't sure about his sexuality or whether or not he was actually looking at you in any flirtatious way, I would say the best thing to do if you're at the gym is simply ask him for a spot. When you're doing chest, go up and ask him if he would mind spotting you for one or two sets and see if that opens up any conversation. And then, if it doesn't lead to anything, you simply go about completing your workout and he's not interested. So, uh, since you've seen him on Grindr, I would simply message him on there and say hello and that you've seen him at the gym. And for goodness sake, if you don't have a face picture on your Grindr profile, make sure you send that as soon as you message him. There is nothing more irritating to me than someone sending me a message saying, "Hey, I've seen you at the gym," or "I've seen you at the grocery store," whatever it may be, and they don't have, or they don't send a face picture reasonably quickly. So I have this two message rule. If you tell me you've seen me somewhere and you don't send a picture within two messages, and I'll always say, "Hey, send me a picture so I know who I'm talking to." If they don't, comply, I block them. I won't play the cat and mouse game of trying to figure out who's seen me and who's talking to me and all of that. So make sure he knows who you are when you message him, and just say, "Hey, I've seen you at the gym. How's your day going?" Don't be overly forward. Don't send any overly, sexual messages or anything like that. Just introduce yourself on Grindr, and if he seems receptive to that or he seems interested, the next time you see him at the gym, just go up and introduce yourself in person, and see what happens. But I think being able to break the ice on Grindr would be much easier than doing it in person. So, that's my advice. Just say hello uh, on Grindr and see where it goes. Now, I actually have kind of a similar story. As most of you know, I almost never go out. I am as much of a homebody as you can get. My idea of a nice, actually, most of my Friday and Saturday nights are just spent by myself, reading or watching YouTube documentaries, stuff like that. But every blue moon, I have a friend who will drag me out somewhere. Even though I am kind of a stick in the mud, I don't drink or any of that. But I was in New York and I had a friend take me out to a bar. And of course, he got busy doing his thing, and I'm just sitting there with my club soda, kind of. And I'm very much an introvert, so I don't go up and talk to people or flirt with people. But I did notice this super hot guy. And I've met a lot of hot guys in my life. I would put him in the top three. And so I kind of keep looking at him, and then as soon as he'd look, I'd kind of look away, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he noticed me looking at him. And of course, I was thinking he's probably looking at me because he's thinking, oh, who is this bozo over there who keeps looking at me? So finally he came up to me and he's like, "You're so cute." And he's like, "You're Mark Dillon, right?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's me. I couldn't find the words to say hello. So I'm like, yeah, that's me. So we proceeded, once I kind of uh, got over the shock of the fact that this super hot guy had come up to me. We started talking and all of that good stuff, and one thing led to another, and he ended up coming over and spending the night at my hotel. And I remember, I can't help but laugh at this. Um, we did end up hooking up, and he was topping me, and he said, "I can't believe I'm," pardon my language. He said, "I can't believe I'm fucking Mark Dillon," and I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe I don't have to pay for this guy, because he was like he was just one of those guys that you think, I mean, this is like a perfect 10. You're like, there, he just flawless, perfect teeth, blonde hair, great face, great body, big dick. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I really can't believe that he's impressed that he's hooking up with me. Because I'm totally impressed that I'm, even in the same room with him, and I don't have to leave some money on the nightstand when I leave. Not that I would ever do that. If somebody doesn't want to willingly hook up with me, I'm not going to pay for it. But you get my point. Now, all that is to say, you never know. Just because you think someone might not be into you, that doesn't mean they're not. So if you're exchanging those looks back and forth, is it worth kind of pursuing it a little bit and seeing if any doors open? Of course. Now, what you don't ever want to do is you don't want to be harassing, you don't want to be overly forward, and you don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable. So there you go, Ben. That's my advice. I hope it works for you. Feel free to drop me a line and let me know how it turns out. Guys, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.